I think it's New York's best kept secret. It's this wonderful city and regional and state organization that knits together this incredible industry that is building New York.
Because it's an organization that brings together people from the design end of the spectrum all the way through construction, and I think that's a very positive thing. And I think most of us are pretty much on the same page and working together to make the city better.
We help advocate for infrastructure. We help cut red tape. We go to Albany and Washington and say, lower regulations, make it easier, help this industry grow, because this industry is creating the jobs of today and tomorrow.
I think our industry as a whole was more disjointed a couple of decades ago, 15 years ago. And we had contractors in one industry group, we had engineers and architects in another industry group, and owners were off by themselves, and we were all courting the same customers. I think the Building Congress really coalesced everybody into some common goals that were good for everybody.
That's where you meet the contractors and the engineers and architects and construction managers, the builders and suppliers and all that. Any issue that I come across, we can discuss with our colleagues there, and then we learn that they have already dealt with these issues. So that's a big, I think, help there.
I understand more on the construction side. Someone might understand more on the design side or the real estate side, and whatever issues are important to them. But ultimately, they all interconnect. So if the real estate guys are struggling to get something approved, that means I'm not building what they want to build because they can't get it through. So it's really a great venue to get together and really talk about the industry's issues, and everything around it gives us an opportunity to have a bigger voice.
Where the heavy lifting takes place is at the committee level, where the councils and the committees come together to really form an agenda. So whether it's the healthcare committee or the Council on Innovation and Best Practices, people need to get involved and be part of that conversation to advance the industry. It benefits everyone.
Building in New York City is very challenging. The logistics of moving men, equipment, materials through the city is an everyday puzzle.
Construction happens around the clock, and people demand the best.
KPF is a global firm, and we're very proud of the fact that we work all over the world, but there's no place better to work than home. And we bring those lessons back from all over the world to New York City, which is a wonderful opportunity.
You have to take a holistic view of all the boroughs and see what's happening. I mean, take for example, the growth in the residential sector. That triggers so much other infrastructure spending, educational spending, new schools, new housing, new development, commercial real estate, the list goes on and on.
So we really get an opportunity to build the most magnificent projects you could ever believe. If you think about some of the stuff we come, there's nothing, and we leave something amazing, like the Oculus down at Ground Zero, or the work we did at the Bayonne Bridge, or the new 7 line, the new 2nd Avenue subway. These are iconic projects that last long after we're gone.
Buildings are here for hundreds of years, and so you really need to make a contribution to the city that at the end of the day, 50 years, people want to renovate your building, not tear it down. Some of the projects that we've been involved in recently in New York City have been transformative, or will be transformative, I think, in their neighborhoods. And we like to think that we do more than buildings, but we do neighborhoods.
The population is growing, so there is a need for more schools, more hospitals.
If you expand roadways and you make people's commute less, you build new hospitals where people can get better, or new schools. All the things we do affect people every day, so it's really cool.
If you take a look at the way people are starting to want to live, work, and play, and have an urban experience, they want to be in New York City. So they need robust transportation, the best health care, they need the best education for their children and their families.
The way we used to build, the way we used to design is changing. Technology has a big impact on a construction now, construction has become more efficient and the quality has gone up.
So there are a lot of things that are going to come out, I think, that are going to improve the quality of life for everyone. At the same time, I think that there's a general trend towards people moving into urban areas that create more pressure. So I think the ingenuity of our industry is going to be called on immensely in the future to solve a lot of these problems.
Where else would you want to be? You have to be part of the New York Building Congress.